Hi, I'm Kesten Rono, and today is day 131 of A Course in Miracles. It is impossible to see two worlds. Starting over with the principles of miracles themselves. We'll begin reviewing each one of these every day, just like before, and picking up a new lesson. Principles of miracles, number one. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. One is not harder or bigger than another. They are all the same. All expressions of love are maximal. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. One is not harder or bigger than another. They are all the same. All expressions of love are maximal. This is very simple compared to some of the concepts that we've been reviewing, diving deeper into the nuances of miracles, attempting to explain something that we'll talk about tomorrow, that the source of miracles is beyond evaluation. There's two great things in this first section here. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. One is not harder or bigger than another. They are all the same. It doesn't matter to what degree you may be off course or how volatile a situation is that you believe you are seeing. Don't buy the hype. There's always another way of looking at something. And there is real experience. There is something tangible about seeing your life lovingly, wholly, rather than one as a victim in a cycle of attacks, married to some upset of the past. No matter how you are feeling, it is not harder or bigger of a deal to move from where you are to a world on the other side of miracles, seeing truly. How could I be saying that? Isn't that arrogant? And we are reminded that no, this is our humility, realizing that we have been arrogant, thinking that we know best, and being humble here is recognizing that there absolutely is a timeless value to you, which is your consciousness. And this is the miracle that we are waking up to. We accept that there is something about what we are which is not explainable in words. And wherever this is from which we emanate is a realm beyond words, beyond the physical. Whatever it is that you imagine it must look like, well, we are already thinking too hard. We're adding a physical characteristic because that is what we believe we have only ever known. It's simpler than that. And so we remind ourselves that this is a non physical idea, whatever it is that we are. It is beyond time, whatever it is that we are. And we must relax our ideas of time and space. We are an instance space away from timelessness. And that might sound challenging, but what it means is that anything that we're experiencing in our daily lives is not too radical to experience the miracle of forgiveness and salvation. That is, seeing your life differently, letting go of whatever it is that challenges you. Don't buy the hype. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. They are all the same. And the second great part is all expressions of love are maximal. So we are hearing that a miracle, no matter how hard or big it is, or therefore how tiny it seems, they are all the same. They are all expressions of love. This book is saying right from the beginning. Miracles are expressions of love, and they are all the same, and they are all maximal. We've been discussing recently what love is, and it is maximal. It is impossible to see two worlds. Lesson 131. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Why, we imagine, based off of what we've been learning? It's because perception is consistent. It's happening all the time. What could be happening all the time but something constant? The truth is constant and it requires no energy. It's simply is. And everything else is trying to convince everyone else that its story is the truth, which requires energy and minds to believe it, to share it, and to hope that it can grow greater than the truth. But the truth runs right through time. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Failure is all about you while you seek for goals that cannot be achieved. You look for permanence in the impermanent, for love where there is none, for safety in the midst of danger, immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. Who could succeed where contradiction is the setting of his searching, and the place to which he comes to find stability? Immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. Can you feel the transhumanist missing something wonderful about life? The invisibility of love. And remember that no matter how things seem that they are, nothing is too big or too hard to weave love into. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Goals that are meaningless are not attained. There is no way to reach them, for the means by which you strive for them are meaningless as they are. Who can use such senseless means and hope through them to gain in anything? Where can they lead? And what could they achieve that offers any hope of being real? Pursuit of the imagined leads to death because it is the search for nothingness. And while you seek for life, you ask for death. You look for safety and security while in your heart you pray for danger and protection from the little dream you made. You look for safety and security. We crave peace. If we didn't, we would be happy being depressed. But those two ideas are just fundamentally misaligned. It is impossible to see two worlds. Do you want your depression or do you want your peace? You look for safety and security while in your heart you pray for danger and protection for the little dream you made. You pray for danger, you're caught in a cycle of attacks. And protection, you believe that you can just save yourself if you can predict enough of the future or barricade yourself in strongly. You cannot. It is impossible to see two worlds. None of these lines are love or truth. Yet searching is inevitable here. For this you came, and you will surely do the things you came for. But the world cannot dictate the goal for which you search, unless you give it power to do so. Chills. Otherwise, you still are free to choose a goal that lies beyond the world and every worldly thought, and one that comes to you from an idea relinquished yet remembered, old yet new, an echo of heritage forgot, yet holding everything you really want. What is this saying? That you have the power to choose. You have sovereignty of mind. And that's what you came here for. If we're here physically, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have forgotten whatever it is that we believe we have access to by noticing that when we are here and now, we are in something constant and timeless in the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. We've come here for a quest that we didn't know we were on. And we're remembering something about us that exists prior to us ever being physical in this slice of time. What is it? What is it? It's impossible not to notice it, I imagine, even if we had no idea until we were crossing over again. What is it? We are here questing. Searching is inevitable here. We are looking for an echo of heritage forgot. Yet it has everything we want, which is our peace, our safety, our freedom of mind. Be glad that search you must. Be glad as well to learn you search for heaven and must find the goal you really want. No one can fail to want this goal and reach it in the end. God's Son cannot seek vainly, though he try to force delay, deceive himself, and think that it is hell he seeks. When he is wrong, he finds correction. When he wanders off, he is led back to his appointed task. That's us, chasing anything worldly. I remember yesterday we were talking about one of the principles that the miracle is in alignment with creation, seeking to balance or evaluate everything that we created against it, recognizing what is true and recognizing what is not in accordance with creation. We're kids. We're running off and playing, and we're getting into some trouble. But God, our Father, lovingly has set up this sandpit environment for us to actually be perfectly safe. And we come here saying, I know best. I'll tell you, Dad, you have no idea what it's like to be me. And we fall down and we get hurt and we cause pain and we hide from our feelings until we cannot hide from them and we're overcome by them and we call them other names until we're willing to be overcome. What are we then? Possibly in need of a great purge, a cry, a letting go, a healing, a course correct to something greater. When he wanders off, he is led back to his appointed task. No one remains in hell, for no one can abandon his creator, nor affect his perfect, timeless, and unchanging love. You will find heaven. Everything you seek, but this will fall away. Yet not because it has been taken from you. Good morning. It will go because you do not want it. You will reach the goal you really want, as certainly as God created you in sinlessness. No one remains in hell, for you cannot abandon his creator, nor affect his perfect, timeless, and unchanging love. You will find heaven. You will find heaven. That's what you're here to find. We left it so we can discover the greatest meaning. Everything you seek, but this will fall away. Yet not because it has been taken from you. It will go because you do not want it. You will reach the goal you really want as certainly as God created you in sinlessness. Of course, you will find heaven. You're in it when you choose to see this world. Why wait for heaven? It is here today. Time is the great illusion. It is past or in the future. Yet this cannot be. If it is where God wills his Son to be, how could the will of God be in the past or yet to happen? What he wills is now, without a past and wholly futureless. It is as far removed from time as a tiny candle from a distant star, or what you choose from what you really want. This is the will of God. And if you are something, and if you have a will to discover peace, humans will do anything we can, anywhere, on any surface of the planet, because we quest, we adventure, and our minds are searching for something. And it is not just what is cool, it is what that awesome moment creates in us. We seek to be awe-full, of course. Heaven remains your one alternative to this strange world you made in all its ways, its shifting patterns and uncertain goals, its painful pleasures and its tragic joys. God made no contradictions. What denies its own existence and attacks itself is not of him. He did not make two minds, with heaven as the glad effect of one and earth the other's sorry outcome, which is heaven's opposite in every way. God does not suffer conflict, nor is his creation split in two. How could it be his son could be in hell when God himself established him in heaven? Could he lose what the eternal will has given him to be his home forever? Eternal will, both in capitals. Could he lose the eternal will, what the eternal will has given him to be his home forever? Let us not try longer to impose an alien will upon God's single purpose. He is here because he wills us to be, and what he wills is present now, beyond the reach of time. This need not be religious to you. You are here now, and what you have the right to experience here now can be heaven if you see yourself beyond time and whatever expectations you are building into whatever meaning you believe you are creating. Have you discovered forgiveness and love? And do you rest in truth in all ways? Do you lay down your attacks when you discover them and realize that you are just planting a flag in a moment in time, in space, which means you have something to defend as it naturally will change? Everything here changes except one law. You seek peace, and you will find it. Today, we will not choose a paradox in place of truth. How could the Son of God make time to take away the will of God? He thus denies himself and contradicts what has no opposite. He thinks he made a hell opposing heaven and believes that he abides in what does not exist, while heaven is the place he cannot find. He thus denies himself and contradicts what has no opposite. What has no opposite? Love. Love is a law that has no opposite. Do not deny love. You cannot deny love. It is unconditional. But you may tell as many stories as you like to attempt to prove otherwise. But no, you cannot see two worlds. He thinks he made a hell opposing heaven and believes that he abides in what does not exist. Well, heaven is the place he cannot find. This is you and your ego and me and mine. Leave foolish thoughts like these behind today and turn your mind to true ideas instead. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. And it is truth we seek to reach today. We will devote 10 minutes to this goal 3 times today, and we will ask to see the rising of the real world to replace the foolish images we hold dear, with true ideas arising in the place of thoughts that have no meaning, no effect, and neither source nor substance in the truth. What is it that we want to see? Something that eyes cannot see, of course. Whatever it is that we want to see is using sight that is not eyes and does not use light like the sun behind me. This is permission to relax. This is permission to accept that we do not know in the way that we believe we know things, and that there is a greater knowingness of an idea of truth, which is constant, which is in alignment with your timelessness of your consciousness. What is that? We wonder. And whatever it is has no form, not in the way that we see form. This we acknowledge as we start upon our practice periods. Begin with this. I ask to see a different world and think a different thought from those I made. The world I seek, I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. Please just close your eyes if you can. Take this in. I ask to see a different world and think a different kind of thought from those I made. The world I seek, I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. You may simply say, I ask to see a different world. The world I seek, I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. For several minutes, watch your mind and see, although your eyes are closed, the senseless world you think is real. Review the thoughts as well as which are compatible with such a world and which you think are true. Then let them go and sink below them to the holy place where they can enter not. There is a door beneath them in your mind, which you could not completely lock to hide what lies beyond. Watch your mind and see, although your eyes are closed, and the senseless world you think is real. So watch your mind and see the senseless world you think is real, even though you have your eyes closed. Review the thoughts as well, which are compatible with such a world and which you think are true. So allow yourself to review the physical. This shouldn't be very challenging for us. Just think about anything that you're experiencing right now, even though your eyes are closed. Just see the world and your thoughts associated with it. This is easy. You may even imagine you don't have time for this. Then let them go and sink below to the holy place where they can enter not. There is a door beneath them in your mind, which you could not completely lock to hide what lies beyond. This is the idea of the light of truth beyond the darkness, that there is something beyond your busy mindedness, your hurried state of mind, where there is an calm, a peace. There is something to sink into or rise to or go beyond. What is that? So feel this world and then feel wherever it is that this world is not. Seek for that door and find it. But before you try to open it, remind yourself no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Remind yourself that you cannot fail when you seek the truth because it is constant. It is always there. You will find it unless you try to convince yourself otherwise. And it is this request you make today. Nothing but this has any meaning now. No goal is valued now nor sought. Nothing before this door you really want, and only what lies past it do you seek. Find the door and allow yourself to understand innately that you seek the truth. And whatever is through this door is what you want. And there is no sacrifice with true vision. It may only bless. Put out your hand and see how easily the door swings open with your one intent to go beyond it. Angels light the way so that all darkness vanishes, and you are standing in a light so bright and clear that you can understand all things you see. A tiny moment of surprise, perhaps, will make you praise before you realize the world you see before you in the light reflects the truth you knew and did not quite forget in wandering away in dreams. Chills again. You may yet discover a meaning which you already know and believe you do not. You and I are here reading a book about changing our perspective, but we are returning our perspective to something we once knew, running away to weave our own stories. Our dad simply watching from the front window. Oh, yeah, let him play. Now it's time to return home. You cannot fail today. There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent you. Spirit, capital S, heaven, capital H. There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent you, that you might approach this door someday and through his aid slip effortlessly past it to the light. Please invite absolute ease where you are headed. Is perfect peace, after all. This door, I believe, is just obviously some metaphor. Wherever you are slipping is already inside of you. There is nowhere to go, of course, if God's will is already done. There is just our story to move through our own darkness, and therefore this door is our own story. Slip effortlessly past it to the light. Today, that day has come, for God keeps his ancient promise to his holy Son, as does his Son remember his to him. God keeps his ancient promise to his holy Son, that you are safe and you know love, as does his son remember his to him. This is your humility, to realize that peace is what you're seeking and you cannot find it through attacks. This is a day of gladness, for we come to the appointed time and place where you will find the goal of all your searching here and all the seeking of the world, which end together as you pass beyond the door. How is it? How is it that you end all the seeking of all the world by you simply passing through the door which you have been searching for, even if you've been telling yourself that you do not want it? Remember often that today should be a time of special gladness, and refrain from dismal thoughts and meaningless laments. Salvation's time has come. Today is set by heaven itself to be a time of grace for you in the world. If you're cursing today and you're not feeling gratitude, if you're not feeling any peace and your mind feels full of darkness, and you notice that you're lashing out, invite some idea of special gladness. Today should be a time of special gladness. There is something within you that you need not pursue, takes no effort to discover, is simply there, and you may open this gift with absolute ease to remember something that you already own, which is greater than anything you could find or have or create. This is something to celebrate. If you forget this happy fact, remind yourself with this: today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Please repeat after me. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. With gratitude and excitement. I am Kesten Rono. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one, including myself, can fail when I seek the truth. I'll see you tomorrow.